Thank you for the warm welcome. I love this school community. As Mr. Michael has shared, our school will be moving locations in 2 years' time, in January 2025. After that date, we will no longer be in this location. From January 2025, the primary, secondary and junior college divisions will move to an area that is less than 30 minutes drive on weekday mornings via the new toll from the Mall of Indonesia. It is at the very centre of the emerging modern residential hub of the northeast Jakarta region, in the highest quality development that many of the many that are rising up to our east. It will be much closer to here than the Samarkand New Kelapa Gading development, which is further on to the east. It's only 15 minutes from Sedayu, which is only around the corner from here. The name of the new development we will be moving to is called Asia. This is close to the massive Aeon Mall in Jakarta Garden City, in the middle of a residential zone well away from any commercial industry or major roads. This new primary, secondary and junior college campus will be called SIS Kelapa Gading Northeast Jakarta. The new Asia campus is a little bigger than the current site that you're on right now, but most importantly, we will have full access to the whole site. And we have designed the new facility from the ground up to maximize the use of space. Mr. Michael has already mentioned that one of our concerns related to our goal of prioritizing indoor-outdoor sport and social spaces was the quality of air that your children will breathe for 7 hours each school day for 16 years. Unlike our current campus, the new campus will not be alongside a major industrial road, but alongside a lake. This maximizes clean air as well as providing beauty and inspiration. Asia is right in the middle of several residential housing developments being purpose-built and planned, not mixed with industrial uses. You can literally see blue sky from the school site, whereas that is rare where we are right now. This was very attractive to us as we thought about student well-being as the Kelapa Gading CBD becomes more and more congested. On the left, you will see a football field that is more than double the size of our current field, and of course can be used as you see it there, or with several horizontal games or activities going on simultaneously. As you enter the 4-story school from the wide main road through Asia, we have a drop-off area with a turning circle at the front and a second drop-off area on the southern side. Authorised vehicles can do a complete circuit of the school, and there are double the amount of parking spaces than we have on our current site, and parking will remain free. The grand entry lobby and a massive coffee shop will cause you and your children to remember that you are welcome and valued, and that how you feel as you enter school every day is important to us. Behind the administration area will be both indoor and outdoor food court style canteen spaces, which will have lots of different areas and types of seating, so that this will be a great social hangout space, as well as a learning space at other times. Behind that is a double-size MPH, which we can use as a single massive space for large sporting or gathering events, but most of the time it will be divided into two with a thick curtain, with one half used for primary and the other half for secondary JC activities. The main courts will have a high enough roof to be international standard for basketball, badminton and volleyball, and we expect it to be used for regional sporting events from time to time. It will be surrounded with tiered seating. Next to that is a fresh air, competition-style swimming pool, and in front of that is a more casual basketball area for shooting hoops, and a large primary school playground, which will be built from scratch to make it a much more engaging play space than just a pre-assembled playground set as we currently have. The central staircase will be a hub for the school, but there is also a lift to ensure that we have easy access for parents and for students and staff with special needs. As well as the classrooms, which are a bit larger than we currently have in order to maximize post-pandemic air circulation, we have additional science labs, including a specialist primary science lab, labs of the quality that we have long wished to give our students. There will also be a robotics and a virtual reality makerspace room, a separate recording studio, rehearsal rooms, and specialty language spaces. We have prioritized collaboration spaces so that students can go nearby their classroom to work on activities or projects, receive special support, or indeed just hang out together during breaks, so that students are not stuck every lesson only within the four walls of a classroom. There will be a variety of safe spaces for learning of different types all over the campus. This is a key element that we have learned from some of the best schools worldwide. On the third floor, there is a performing arts auditorium, something we have long missed on the current campus. We will still use the bigger double MPH for the biggest events, but the auditorium will be more suitable for performing arts, concerts, debate, academic competitions, CCAs, and other learning activities. There will be movable tiered seating, a control room, and additional access from the fourth floor. Opposite the fourth floor of the front building will be a sensational rooftop garden, exclusively for secondary JC. This will be much more space and with more different kinds of seating than we currently have for them to meet and talk together, both formally and informally. We expect that many secondary JC students will choose to eat and take their breaks here in the green open space rather than in the canteen area on the first floor. Of course, I only have time today to give a quick overview, and you will have many questions, and we will be able to answer those in due course. We have spent a lot of time thinking about safety, access, supervision, and separating primary from secondary JC. Earth moving has already started on this site and contracts issued. It will be built in 2 stages, but as the completion of the first stage is still 2 years away, some of the details are not yet confirmed, but we decided to announce the concept to parents early rather than wait for every detail to be final. We have an exciting floor plan completed for the new preschool, which will be close by here, including its own performance area and its own indoor and outdoor play areas. However, we don't have the drawings to show you just yet. It is our goal, however, to create an impressive facility where parents will feel safe and proud to take their children to be cared for and learn every day. We will have a separate meeting for preschool parents to show the exact design, location, and opening date soon.
We know that some parents are concerned about the cost of the toll, and in some cases, the distance to Asia depending on where you live. We have decided to address those concerns by offering a school bus service between Central Kelapa Gading to Asia. We will provide single point to single point bus services, which can help to minimize transport time and in the most efficient way. While the exact pickup location will depend on the demand, we anticipate several buses operating between Mall of Indonesia to Asia and Mall Kelapa Gading to Asia. Parents will drop off their children at the pickup point, where school staff members will supervise them until the bus leaves. A school staff member will be on board and responsible for every bus trip. At the end of the day, students will be dropped off at the same location, and a school staff member will be responsible to supervise them until the parents pick them up. Students will be signed on and off the bus by the staff member, and this will be tracked electronically. And parents will get notification of their child boarding and alighting the bus. These will be top quality buses with seat belts and driven by professional vetted drivers. Every bus will carry a GPS transmitter, and parents and the person in charge at the school will be able to track all buses in real time. Parents, nannies, teachers, and staff members will all be able to use these bus services. The bus service will initially be free for every family who has a child currently enrolled in SIS KG. This will save parents time, fuel, toll charges, while also being positive for their child's social development. Why didn't you build on the current site or choose a location closer to the current school? Maybe Mr. Andrew can answer that.
Yeah, of course we will be moving the preschool very close to our current site. So we're going to make sure that preschool parents are well catered for with these changes. For the primary JC students, I guess there were two main factors. There were many factors, but there were two main factors that we considered. I think one was we really wanted to create a school that was genuine about its approach to student well-being. We didn't want it to be just a word that we use for marketing. You know, we really care about how students not just learn, but also feel, how their health and social skills are supported by our campus. And as we thought more and more about our current location and the road going alongside us with trucks every day spewing out pollution, our desire to create more outdoor spaces didn't match with that kind of unhealthy environment. And when we heard that government was planning to expand that road even more, so more and more trucks going down past that road, it really became a concern to us about whether or not this was a viable long-term solution for the kind of school we wanted to be. So that was a big factor for us. I guess the second factor was, you know, we could have built on the current site, and we did actually create plans to build and renovate the current site. But that always was going to result in a lot of compromises. You know, it's much more difficult to renovate current buildings to make them work effectively. It would have been very inefficient, it would have been costly, and it would have been disruptive to education while that was happening. And so that became also a challenging prospect to do. So when we found out about this site in Asia, lakeside, beautiful fresh air, not too far away, not as far as you'd first think, we really were quite convinced this was the best long-term future for the school.
First one is, why didn't you build on the current site or choose a location closer to the current school? Maybe Mr. Andrew can help us? Yeah,
sure. Of course, we will be moving the preschool very close to our current site, so that's not very far to go for anyone. For primary to junior college, I mean, there are many reasons, but I guess there are two that stand out to me. The first was as we thought about the kind of campus we wanted for our students and for your children, and the need for more open-air post-pandemic spaces, we became really honestly concerned about the pollution from Pegang Seang Dua alongside us. It's been increasing, and when we heard that the government was planning to expand that road, so even more trucks going past, spewing pollution every day throughout the day, the idea of more outdoor spaces didn't match with the well-being of students, you know what I mean, in that kind of environment. Because for us, I think well-being is not just a slogan that we put in brochures. We really do want to provide a facility and an education that does value the well-being of students, intellectually, socially, but also physically. And so I think that became a big factor for us. And so when we saw, the campus in Asia, alongside the lake and with blue sky and obviously a healthy, inspiring environment, that was very significant for us. And then the second reason I think that we didn't move closer or stay on the current site, actually we did look into building on this current campus. And so we even had building design. We had a design for a renovated building on this current campus. But when you renovate an existing campus, there are all kinds of compromises you have to make. It becomes very difficult and costly to change a major design into a brand new kind of campus. The rooms are a certain size, there are certain limited corridors. And so we found that it would be too expensive and too difficult to design a new campus here that would meet our needs, and we would never really be satisfied with it. And neither would parents or students in the long run. So we thought building from scratch, where we can design from the beginning the kind of campus that will be efficient and that will work for our students for decades to come. I think that was the other key reason that we had in mind.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. How will the move affect academics? Will you be able to maintain the quality of the curriculum and instruction? Ms. Angeli, maybe can answer this?
Sure. Good morning, parents. So what I want to say is that at SIS, we have always tried to give a very high quality of learning experience to our children. And going forward, we are fully committed to maintaining those standards. Now, our teachers are crucial in the success of our program. And what I can say as an educator, we all feel very proud to be a part of the SIS brand. And that is the reason I feel that most of them will choose to be a part of SIS. Then the new facilities that we will have will give our students even more chances to learn the 21st century skills. Spaces like the robotics lab, the recording studio, the open-air collaborative areas, all this will only help to further enhance the quality. Now let me also talk about moving in the middle of the school and the impact this may have, as some of you might be thinking about this. So what I feel is that moving in the middle of the year, in fact, will serve us better. And I'll tell you why. So the reason for this is that normally, beginning of the year, semester 1 is a time for a lot of planning. There's a lot of adjustment, new classes, new teachers, new routines. But by the second semester, it's all sorted. It's more stable and organized. So I feel the process, the transition should be smoother. Another advantage is what I foresee is that it may give us time to conduct dry run of some classes at the new campus. And based on that, if there are any glitches, it'll give us time to sort out those glitches. So I feel that it should be smoother. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Angeli, for the detailed answer. Actually, I already read most of the questions here. Is quite the same with the primary one. They are more concerned about the academics now. How will the move affect the academics, especially moving in the middle of academic year? Are we going to maintain the quality of the curriculum? Maybe Mr. Cross, can you help us to answer this?
Okay. Thinking about the academics and the move, I don't think the move will have an impact on the academics. I believe that it should be a smooth transition. I myself and the teachers will be relocating with the students and we'll be guiding them through the academic program. I'm very happy that we are given 2 years' notice. This gives me plenty of time to prepare, to plan and to communicate all the details with the students, with the parents. It's also beneficial that we're moving in the January, because that gives me the one full semester to have these type of meetings in person and to be able to orientate the students and parents alike. Okay?
Okay, thank you. I think there's a question as well for the IB. Maybe Mr. Alfie can answer this. How about the IB students, especially the last batch, which is 2025
Yes.
later?
We're talking about the batch May 2025, and these are the students in secondary 4 at the moment. So at this time, the students have already finished most or almost all of their topics in junior college 2. So in January, it's just a matter of revision for the February mocks and revision based on the results of the mocks. So most of the things done are all mocks. So there's nothing to worry about when it comes to the move.
Thank you. I found similar questions like this morning. Why we are not opening a preschool in Asia? Or are we going to open the preschool in Asia? Okay, maybe Mr. Michael can help us on that?
Yeah, we're focused on the new preschool that we're opening up closer to this location. And we really want to keep separate the secondary, primary, and junior college campus so we can focus on the needs of those children as they're different than the needs of our preschool children. So it allows us to build a very impressive campus in both respects. So if there is a need and we do see growth and people are interested, it's certainly something that we can look into, but certainly for now, we're going to keep these campuses separate and not have a preschool yet at the big campus in Asia.
Thank you, Mr. Michael. I'm going to choose one of the questions from this morning. I think it's also part of the good question as well. Will SIS be providing any incentives to the parents as part of this move? Because we are moving outside Kelapa Gading area. Maybe Mr. Andrew can help us again.
Yes, I did expect this question. We also got it this morning as well. So look, our commitment is that we will be providing this huge additional facility and the better value that it brings to our parent community without increasing fees. Of course, there will be normal increases, as you would expect with inflation year by year that we always have. We try and keep them small year by year. That will still continue, but there will be no big fee increases, no significant fee increases as a result of the move. So what we are really saying to you is, look, we're going to provide this great new facility, this great new modern campus, really at no extra cost to our current parents. And on top of that, we're going to really commit to this bus program. We really believe that this will be effective, an effective way of reducing the cost for many parents. It won't suit everyone. We know not every student will use it, but for those that choose to use it, we believe that it's going to save time and money and be a great for the children. So I think, better facilities, same quality program, same proportion of expat teachers, same no discounts, because we can't provide more discounts on top of that. I said this morning also, right? We could, if you wanted us to, increase fees and then give you a discount. But that's just playing games, isn't it, really? Rather than just playing games, we're going to be honest with you and just say, look, we're going to give you this new facility, we're going to support your children for a great 21st century education without increasing your fees. Not just next year, but for the future. We just don't want our school to move into a different price point. We believe this is the right price point for our community. We want to commit to that long term. And so we will pay off this campus with increased enrollment over many years to come. We're not going to take it from you in your fees right now. So we're giving you great value, no increase in fees in return for a great new development. But we can't also add discounts to that. I'm sure you can understand that concept. So that's our position.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Maybe I'm going to repeat the same last questions before we end this. This morning we have a questions about what is the relationship between SIS and Asia?
So Asia is actually developed by Astraland. So you'll know Astraland, one of the biggest companies in Indonesia and a very, very prestigious developer. So they will be our landlords. So we are renting the land from them, and they are also the developer. They're actually building the building for us. And so in our negotiations with them at a very high level over the last few months, we've become very confident in them, in the quality of their work, in their reliability, in their infrastructure, and so we know they will do a good job. But we have no other connection. We are still independent. We're not dependent on them. Our school runs, same ownership as normal. It's just that Astra Land and Asia are our landlords into the future.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. And thank you, Mr. Michael, Mr. Cross, and also Mr. Afi. Please exit the stage. Please make sure that every family gets one packet of information as you leave. This provides an important written summary of announcement of today's. Inside of the packet, you will find the gift of a small plant. We hope that this will be a reminder of the importance of growth and change in the life of any school, and also of the importance of well-being and the health benefits of lakeside green campus and the cleaner air that it supports. We wish you a safe trip home and happy impending Chinese New Year period. Thank you.